because it's so cold out.
Oh,
I know
There's
that
feeling.
there's the stream
The
ending
internet
itself.
isn't afraid of the cold.
I guess it is.
But when they're
No,
doing
it's
rolling
not.
brownouts, occasionally your ISP drops.
They're doing
Ooh.
rolling brownouts.
It is negative
That's rough,
40 with wind
buddy.
chill right now.
Ooh.
That's
Well,
crazy.
you guys should get a better power system.
All right, we should be back.
And I can say that without hello internet.
All right, yeah. So, chat, if it cuts out, you
Just stick around
should
a second.
actually still be able to hear everyone because I never lose the ability to hear anyone when it goes out.
Oh.
It's just
But-
your upload. What?
Kinda, yeah, seems like. But just hang around for about 15 seconds. The problem will correct itself. I might be downloading a lot of VODs tonight, though.
Mm. I know there's a setting you can add in Twitch where if you have if it drops and then
I have
starts
that
back
setting
up.
on.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that you weren't just downloading 50 VODs.
All
I don't know
right.
how that feels.
So you
My
find
question
Karak
is,
passed
Why
out
aren't you recording it locally? Sorry,
because
go on.
I'm not going
Back
do
to
both.
the game. Well, never mind. It doesn't matter.
But you find Karak piled on a pile of blankets and packs in the living room, passed out, drooling on the blanket that he's resting his head on.
He's just
Oh
gonna
wait,
tap him on the
everybody drank
shoulder.
last night, right? Roll Constitution for hangover.
Oh, damn.
Ah.
Got it.
Hold on.
Just
Say,
as you
what
wake
is
up. So we'll
this?
start with Elliot.
Constitution.
Oh.
As we wake up, Lyra. Okay, so Elliot, you have a little bit of a headache, you got that cotton mouth feeling, but other than that, you're good. As you find Karak on the floor in the living room, passed out asleep.
He's just gonna tap him on the shoulder, try to wake him up a little.
I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Yeah, that's about right. You're hungover.
Yeah. First ever Minotaur party. Ugh.
You're gonna miss the sunrise.
Oh, get his
God.
ass.
Oh god, you're right. Karak's just gonna try and get to his feet. Just oh god, you're right. Oh god. Oh gods. For a second I became monotheistic.
Oh god.
You know how
Well, you
only
how if you
believe in
drink enough,
one.
you start seeing double. All of my vision goes to a single point. And
Becomes monotheistic. That's a pretty good joke. I liked that.
Karak's just
Carry
gonna
on.
kind of look around, rub his eyes, and be like, "Thank you, Elliot. Thank you."
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. I need to find a place to sit. I don't think I have to get too high. I'm just gonna maybe I'll just walk outside today.
How does
Be on the
Elliot
ground.
feel about Karak getting anywhere above ground level? I can only
Ooh.
assume Elliot realizes it's a terrible idea.
I would assume common sense would do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karak's gonna make his way outside to where he can see a sunrise of sorts.
So,
I think
Karak,
Elliot's
you head outside. Elliot, what did you say you're doing?
He's following, just because. What's he gonna do?
So the two of
Make
you
breakfast?
head outside to the front, and as the front door closes behind them, as they see the sky in the east,
Mhm.
had to remember which side the sun came up on. As they see the sky in the east beginning to gradually fill with light, the closing of the door wakes up both Lulin and Lyra. Lyra, you feel fine. You're very good at drinking in moderation. You were friends with Elliot for a long time.
I'm like, okay, whatever Elliot has, I'll have 1/4.
Lulin,
That's
you
my
also
rule.
feel completely
1/4.
fine.
Because I can't be affected by diseases.
Damn.
What's
Dang it.
being drunk?
Powerful.
Lulin, you wake up as you hear the door close, and you're kind of like fully awake immediately. Lyra, you are somewhat trapped in the bed by a giant arm that is just draped over your body.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra's
As
just chilling.
Nuzin just
pulls out a
snores next to
candle.
you.
She's getting the cuddle, yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting held like a teddy bear. Like you, as you go to like look over, you just get pulled in.
Aww. Yeah, she's just vibing.
That's
She's like
absolute
pretending that she
win.
hasn't woken up yet.
Yes, I am very asleep.
I'm so asleep.
All right. So Lulin, what are you doing?
I think Lulin would make the rounds, check up on everybody, make sure like everybody's like doing all right. No, like, nobody's passed out, knocked out on the floor, covered in their own vomit. Make sure that everybody's alive. Doing a heartbeat check, doing a breathing check,
Rescue
doing an alive check.
All right. So you don't see anybody on the ground floor because they're both sitting out front right now watching the sunrise.
Yeah.
Do you do anything when you don't find anyone?
I think Lulu would just poke his head out of the window and like towards like the front door and see those two there. He's just gonna open up the window, lean his head outside. Morning, y'all. Guys, guys want something to eat? Breakfast, coffee?
Do you really have to ask the question? What? Lulin? Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
I don't know how to make food anymore.
Do you
I
need
used to be a great cook. Now I can't even look at a pot.
Lillian just slowly brings a pan into view.
Elliot looks away.
That is. Huh. I learn something new about you guys every day, and that's part of the adventure. Do you need any help, Lulin? Like once the sunrise is done, I can come in. Is helping you cook part of the daily training thing you were talking about earlier?
I don't mind help with cooking. If you want to help, I can teach you a couple of things.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll just finish up here and then I'll come meet you inside.
Did you either of you see the other two?
Well, I don't know. They got home like way later than me. Woke me
Yeah,
up a little bit. I think I heard them come in though.
I don't even remember what
Probably.
happened last night. I'll be
Right.
real.
It's hard to miss Nuzin entering the house, you know?
Well, here's the thing with Nuzin.
She's sort of a door slammer.
Yes, and as that may be, drunk Nuzin steps like a cloud.
Is that right?
That's canon.
Now it's canon.
I'm really good at
You get a
sneaking.
+2 to stealth when you're drunk.
Only when drunk.
The better question is that actually true, or is Lulin just so drunk every time
That
he
deep of a
sees...
sleeper.
Is
To be fair, we have absolutely established that Lulin sleeps very deeply because his snoring keeps me up.
Yes. So to Lulin, you are as
absolute
sneaky
stealth.
as a ninja.
Yeah.
So sneaky.
Such sneak.
Yeah.
Such wow.
That's what Lulin believes.
I think Elliot would just sort of give that comment a little bit of a squint and be like, yeah, silent. Definitely. Not a thing to be heard. Not even a mouse.
As you all sit talking about this outside. Newsen, upstairs, you kind of begin to drift into awakeness.
Okay. Let me do that con save for you. Not my best, to be honest.
You had a long night.
Yep.
Mhm.
You don't feel too great.
Oh. Oh god. That was wait. She has like a moment where she just has to like stare at the ceiling and be like, was that all a dream? Even though she remembers everything that happened, it's like, is there the possibility that I did in fact dream this?
Does
I
Newsen
think
say
Lira,
that
like,
out
notices
loud?
you're awake and goes, so do you remember the everything?
Yeah, I do. Okay, well, that kind of answers the deep burning question that was in my mind about whether that was real or not, to be honest.
I think so. It was, I don't know though. We should consider joint hallucination a little bit, I think.
As like an
I-
activity or as a sorry.
Going to a hookah bar?
I've never known Brave Apple to put like drugs in the alcohol, so I don't know why that would happen now, but
Yeah. Do you still have the paper?
Newsen,
Oh wait, you didn't have it at the end of last time, huh?
I did not.
Oh.
I don't think so. But can you still open the book to it?
Oh, true. She grabs the book, and it should still be there.
It is
right?
still
She
on
didn't
the
look at
first
anything else?
page of the book.
Well, I think it was real.
okay. Yeah. I mean, real enough that the book actually found it, so we didn't just like make it up in a desperate hope that we can kill a god, I guess.
Yeah,
So
Lyra,
that's
as
good.
you reached out for the book, you notice there's still like a stone glove on your hand.
Oh yeah. I also still have this. I forgot that this was the like physical evidence, really. Okay. So, good morning, Gazpacho.
The glove does not respond to you.
Okay, good to know. All right. Well, I guess we should go downstairs and try to sound not crazy when we explain all this?
Oh boy, that does not sound promising, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're probably not wrong.
So I feel like we have to each say half of the crazy things, and then maybe it will like
Balance
spread
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just one of us is crazy. If we both.
Yeah, we're both half crazy.
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
Maybe we should both tell the story in separate rooms so that they
Okay.
so that they're the same story, so they'll know, like, at least if they don't believe us, they'll know that both our stories line up, so it's not just like
That's true. We could also say it just at the same time in the same room.
true. We could just speak it out loud exactly at the same time. I'm sure that will convince them.
I think so.
I think
well, I guess we should go try it.
Lulin,
I
what are
guess
you
so.
what are you cooking for breakfast as you hear muffled conversation coming from upstairs?
Just because I had it today, it's gonna be like classic American breakfast. Scrambled eggs, toast, bacon, some coffee, some tea. Maybe like a couple of
With
things like
coffee
fresh
and
fruit. Well, coffee or tea.
Oh, or my bad.
So as
Words are hard.
the two
Okay.
of you
No,
are
I
sitting
agree.
out front, and as Lyra and Newson are upstairs, the wafting smell of a fresh cooked breakfast begins kind of passing over you all as the sun crosses its zenith and crosses the horizon and begins to fully rise.
Oh well, Lulin's cooking. If we don't get down there soon, who knows what'll happen? She kind of
Right,
like,
there might not be any
Elliot would
left.
eat all of it.
yeah. We'll have to fight Elliot for any meat at all. She kind of like
Mhm.
gives Lyra like a squeeze before getting up.
There we go.
Lyra's also gonna follow you down.
There we go. 5 down, 365,360 to go.
We keeping count now?
I've been keeping count.
Why?
I missed a bunch of them.
Is this when Elliot
That's
asked
true.
Karak about leap years?
I mean, you've been outside, right? Not like
I mean-
you missed them, you just didn't see them.
I mean, yeah, but
Trust me, the moss that was growing all over you was very appreciative.
I mean, sure, but I don't know. Just the nice little thing I can do each morning.
No,
Makes me
I think
excited
that's
for the
nice.
next day, and, well, sort of drives me to see the next one. I don't think I'm ever going to see them all. That I've already lived far too long for that, but perhaps I can at least make a good dent in it before I hit my actual last one.
That's fair. I think you have a good long time left.
Oh, depending on I'm happy that you think that, but things shouldn't
I will
last
do
too
everything
long.
in my power to ensure it, I would say.
We might need to talk about that later, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. If just to make things
Sure.
clear, that's not.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that, though? Seems important
What do I mean by what?
that we would need to talk about that. It seems like you wouldn't want me to do what I can to keep you alive.
Well, I mean, in most circumstances, I would say that keeping me alive is appreciated, but if I ever reach the end of my rope, if I get too old and it's my time, seems like that would be a time to let me go.
Well, that's fair. Yeah. No, I could see that. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it is an exaggeration. You're right.
Hmm. Just, I'd rather not overstay my welcome longer than I already have. Rather not trying my best to stay in at least relative accordance with the tenets of my lady. It's not the easiest, but I think I'm starting to find a balance between all of you, which is nice.
That's good.
Hmm. Either way, I need to go and help Lulin with breakfast. I did promise them, after all. I will see you in a little bit for breakfast when it's done, hopefully. And Karak is gonna start heading inside to go and help Lulin.
Karak, as you head inside, you catch sight of Lyra and Newson walking down the stairs.
Oh, that's good. Was worried you two didn't make it. I had no memory of last night. That party was something else.
Yep, that whole night was something else.
I mean, I did not think that I could go through as many beverages as I did. Ooh.
Yeah, everyone learns the hard way at least once.
Mm-hmm. Oh well. Anyway, I need to go and head to the kitchen. I promised Lulin I would help them with the cooking.
Well, we're headed that way as well for the eating.
Perfect. All we're waiting on is Elliot, who I think is still outside. Anyway, and Karak's just gonna go ahead and head inside, head towards where Lulin is to go and start helping, finding a sink to wash his hands because have we learned nothing? Got to be safe.
Fair. So you all head into the kitchen as Lulin begins plating breakfast, family style. I'm assuming, because
Yes.
that's always how Lulin makes breakfast.
Yes. Everybody gets their own, their own little omelets, sides of tomatoes, peppers, onions, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
Some bacon, some sausage, some blood sausage for Elliot.
Gotta have the blood.
Yeah.
Fresh
As
coffee, fresh tea.
Elliot, do you come back inside?
I think he'd probably take a second.
All right. What are you doing outside? You just enjoying the morning? This kind of crisp, cool
I think
air?
so. Enjoying the morning, sort of keeping an eye out over the town. Lulin's house is pretty close, right? Good view of the city.
As you're kind of sitting
Yeah.
outside, you see wagons full of supplies moving away from the center of the town. You see Minotaur guards like walking and just chatting with each other. Minotaurs, it seems like everybody in the city is headed out to the refugee camps, from what you can see. Or at least a large majority of the people in the city are.
I see.
Inside, as you all settle down at the table, what are you doing?
So,
Yeah.
we
I think Nuzin and Lyra are both radiating like a very awkward energy right now.
yeah. Lyra's like, so and she kind of like backs off a little bit, eats some of her food, and she was like, well, and then goes back to her eggs.
How was everybody else's night?
Could I roll an insight check on just the energy that has been made in the studio?
You can roll it at advantage.
Insight check advantage.
Lulin, something's fucking wrong here. Karak, maybe they just had a weird night.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything, so maybe it was.
Lulin's gonna finish eating a bite. Kind of look up at them. I don't need to know the details of what you guys did after the party.
Well,
Do I have to clean?
no, not like that. No, not like that. Oh God.
We met like 3 gods.
Yep. Well, like one magical guy and 2 gods for sure.
Elliot, roll me
Well,
perception.
oh wait, no, you met Astra Leone for the first time last night.
Definitely 3.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. See, I'm just used to him, so I don't count him anymore.
He's not that big of a deal anymore.
Well, no, it's just I didn't meet him. I know him.
So last week.
Elliot, from outside, you just hear the words gods from inside.
I think that, with that, Elliot would walk into the door and go, so with the talk of gods, I think we should find some allies.
Well,
what do you guys think?
Like there was like
he sort of like looks around the room.
And gazpacho.
Yeah, so turns out.
Well, 2, right?
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, all right? Just bear with me. Bear with us.
The last week of my life has been crazy. There's nothing you can say that I would not believe wholeheartedly.
Lyra goes straight to gazpacho on her arm.
Okay, that's a new one. Elaborate.
He said he's not dead though.
Remember, a part of gazpacho is on your arm.
Mm-hmm. But all of Nimblet is on my shoulder.
Revise my phrasing.
Nuzin gestures to the inexplicably new manatee-shaped pauldron that is on her shoulder.
Who is Niblet?
That's the manatee that I got from
It's
Nathaniel.
Karak.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here.
sorry.
Oh, Karak, of course.
I'm right here.
No,
Not
Karak.
you, Karak. The other Karak.
Yeah.
I thought we had this solved.
Well, I mean, not everybody was there for him accepting the other name, so we have to clarify that Karaka. And she gestures to the pauldron again. So, we took Nimblet / Karaka on a walk with us to the Misty Lock. He really wanted to go in the water. And, like, who am I to say no to that face? You've seen that face. So I let him go in the Misty Lock, and then he started pulsating. And then he gave a bunch of crabs life. But, like, not life, smart. He made them
Elliot's
smart.
just looking to Lyra as Newson is talking. Just like,
Lily's just nodding. She's
could you
like,
translate?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Lulu's gonna.
That's what happened.
Lulu's pinching his nose. So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You two drank all day at the party.
Uh-huh.
Took gazpacho and
No, gazpacho came later.
okay.
No.
So
Yeah,
you
he
two
was there
took
later.
Yeah.
the manatee on a walk to the Misty
Yeah.
Locks.
Yes.
And this manatee created a new race.
Yes.
A new
Yeah.
sentient race.
Yes, and they regard him as their god, because apparently he is one.
And then,
So here's what happened, okay?
Read with me.
no, there's way more.
No,
That's not
here's
even the crazy part.
okay, so then the crabs started coming out of the water because they wanted to have a conversation. So I decided, because, we hunt those crabs when they come out of the water usually. I thought they would be a little bit uncomfortable if I was a minotaur, so I decided to use magic to turn myself into a furbolg so it wouldn't make them uncomfortable. But when that happened, you know how, like, sometimes when I cast spells, like, some wild magic happens and shit gets a little crazy? Well, it happened. And I summoned a black djinn.
So we got a wish.
Yeah, well, not really. He kind of asked. It wasn't like a proper wish. It was like, what do you want? And then we had to have an aside, like a huddle to decide, because we were like, we should try and solve the problem at hand with Roran. So I asked him how, for some knowledge to help us, stop Roran. And he gave us a scroll that was a blueprint for an axe and a map to some special ore. And the axe, the blueprint was made by Ulfast Stormhorn, and the ore is in the mountains near Apud. And it is literally called the God Killer. So,
The
that's
ore is called the God Killer?
No, the axe is called the God Killer, but apparently the ore is capable of killing gods. I didn't question it too much in the moment,
It's
to be
by
honest.
Apud?
Yeah, in the mountains, we'd have to
Oh, in the mountains by Apud.
yeah,
Sounds
exactly,
like a
in the
freaking trap,
mountains.
don't you think? Apud,
Question
the
it
one
too-
city we know is dangerous?
Question it too much
Like
in the
most
moment.
dangerous? All right,
Why?
carry on.
It just seems so random to
So
be
then-
a setup. you know?
Yeah. So then we went to have a conversation with the crabs. And they were building a temple, and they could talk to Nimblet / Karaka. And he was like, by the way, I'm a god of water, or I'm like the elemental god of water. And we were like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I was like, how did Nathaniel get a hold of you? And he was like, Nathaniel has been intentionally trapping me and my siblings, the other 4 elemental gods. And I was like, wow, what a dick move. I'm going to get this god axe and kill that guy instead because he sucks. And he was like, yeah, he does suck.
Threatened to kill Nathaniel?
Yeah, because he sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He's
that's
so
beside the
hated.
point.
Yeah.
So we talked to the crabs and they were like, we love this guy, he's great. And then he was like, and I was like, hey, can you like tell him some stuff? And they were like, tell him yourself. And I was like, how would I do? I can't talk to him. And they were like, open your mind. So I was like, why not? So I opened my mind and I talked to Nimblet, and you know, he turned into a pauldron because he didn't want to walk home. Oh, also Lulin, he wants vegetable stew. Whenever, you know, if you want to teach me how to make that, he just told me he wanted stew. So
Nathaniel wants me to make him stew.
no,
No.
Nimblet wants
No.
you to make stew.
Okay.
The manatee.
Well,
Come on, keep up.
So so we were having a conversation with the crabs. Nimblet told us that eventually they will be as smart as Lyra. That was the like the level that he set them at, apparently, with the sentience that he gave them. And then we
I
saw
guess I'm
Flash.
a little offended on reflection.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, it's okay.
So then there was a flash from the world tree, so we figured somebody came through. So the crabs carried us and Astro Leone because he just kind of showed up after that.
That's true. He was there.
To the tree, where we met Avery Rowe and Drago and Gazpacho. And Nimblet was like, yeah, that's my brother. And then Nimblet was like acting all angry, and he summoned an army of boulettes. But then he was cool.
What? I'm sorry. Can we pause? Can we just take a tea break real quick, because
I'd appreciate that.
I think
When
we need
said-
a second.
when I
yeah.
said-
Lulu's gonna go to like a cupboard above the sink, pull down like a thing of like hard liquor, just pour a shot.
I
Do
said
one.
tea. What?
So,
Lulu,
When-
fine. know what?
Newson,
I'm
Newson,
sorry. Lulu puts the shot glass in the sink, gets a bigger glass, puts some liquor in there, pours a little bit of tea in there, and then downs it.
Much
No.
better.
Newson, when
Don't
I
compare
said
yourself,
that
though.
that this last week had been crazy, and that there's nothing that you could say that would that I wouldn't believe.
You did say that.
I did say that, and
Yeah.
I stand by my word here. But that wasn't a challenge. That wasn't a challenge.
Well, I didn't think it was a challenge. I'm just telling you what happened.
I mean, I'm inclined to believe you. You have the pauldron that I've never seen before, and oh god, that's a lot. So there's what, 2 others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Siblings.
Mhm.
Oh,
But they don't remember who they are right now.
okay. That is tiny bit well, not reassuring. It's awful that they don't remember who they are. I can relate to that on an emotional level, but
I mean, it's possible that Nathaniel has them captured, so.
oh well, all the more reason to find them, because okay.
So,
How much longer till that tea?
do you want me to
take.
keep going, or should I wait?
I'll leave
Are we
that up.
fielding questions?
I'll leave. I would definitely. Anyone else ask questions, please? Because I do not have the brain power for that right now.
So
So you guys have the power to turn gods into items.
Well, they kind of did
I
it
think they did that on
themselves.
their own.
Yeah. basically Nimblet was like, carry me home. And I was like, bud, I'm sorry, but you're like 2,000 pounds and I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. So then he was like, okay, and turned himself into a pauldron and jumped on my shoulder.
Also, I'm sorry. I think I have dirt powers now. I didn't know you like those.
I mean, an empowered ally is empowerment nonetheless.
Yeah. I know you like them, so.
I mean, it's.
She was worried you thought
it's-
she was copying you, but she's not.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
After all of these years, Lyra, you'd think you would know that I don't care whether or not I'm copying someone else or they're copying me, so long as the assignment gets done.
Mimicry
Yeah, I
is
guess
the
so.
highest form of flattery, so.
Only if it's done right.
If anything, true. On it personally, like if someone started turning into rocks, because and like in my first assumption would be like, oh, that's cool. Someone else doing the thing that I do sometimes.
I've
Kinda
done that
neat.
before.
Are you a rock person as well?
Who?
Anyways, okay, I think I'm ready. I have my glass of
Okay.
tea.
All right.
You
And
can carry on.
there's not a ton left after this. So
Yeah.
we left off at Gazpacho summoned an army of bullets. And the crabs and the bullets were gonna fight, but then Gazpacho was like, just kidding. And then the crabs and the bullets got along. Ro wants to talk to you, Elliot, because he's concerned that the sword is gonna cause you problems. He wanted it back, and I was like, that's not gonna happen, bud. And he went, but it's dangerous. And I went, nah, I think he can handle it. And he said, well, I want to talk to him at least. And I said, yeah, that's probably doable. So we got to find them and have you talk to them later. But then he was like, Avery was also like, I'm very injured. And then Gazpacho was like, oh, I could take care of that. And he licked it and it was better. And we were all kind of like, that would have been really useful to know about like a long time ago. You could have been licking people all this time. So, then we walked them back to the city, I think, and the crabs and the bullets went back to the Misty Lock to continue building their empire. And I think that's where I think then we went back to the bar and we just had a drink and then came home.
So the next step is to go reach back out to the crabs.
I mean, we could talk to the crabs if you want. I don't know how developed they'll be at this point. Oh, Lyra, maybe you should show them the diagram in the book.
Oh, true. So here's the diagram, and this is supposed to tell us how to make the weapon.
Yeah, and the map to the ore itself.
Elliot recognize the Apud, like that area.
Roll me. What specifically are you trying to recognize? Like, if you've ever seen the cave
Well,
the ore's in?
Well, the cave, or if like the elves ever mined it, or the elves even aware of it, sort of deal.
Roll me. Okay, so I'm gonna say you're gonna roll me history, but you're gonna roll it at disadvantage because Elliot was never really in the like
That area. That
what
makes
is
sense.
going on in the Elven Kingdom. It was always more of get good grades, don't be noticed.
Oof.
I'd like to say that disadvantage got me there, but I rolled a 3 and a 1, so
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's a 0% chance Elliot ever knew.
Yeah, Elliot, you have never heard of this cave. You've never seen it on a map. You've never heard of anybody going to it.
Would I, as a person who has been polytheistic by like since birth, would I have any like history on like any like old myths about things that would have people attempting to kill gods that might line up with this? Be like a religion
Roll
or a
me
history.
at advantage.
Oh, that's fun. Oof.
No.
The gods are immortal. What are you
You
talking
feel
about?
something like tickling the back of your mind, but you can't latch onto it.
Hmm.
I mean, my assumption here is because this is designed by Olfast, and the scroll seemed very old when we had it. I forgot to say, Astro Leone rewound time a little bit, or like some of time.
Or maybe
I don't know.
just us? I don't know.
I think maybe just us, which is how we ended up back at the bar in the first place, and then we left. So we don't have the actual scroll that we were given because it may or may not have happened. It's a little unclear.
Wait. But every time he's rewound stuff, time has still gone on for everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, I have to remove another day, don't I?
Well, he only rewound like the evening. It wasn't
Oh,
like a
God.
lot.
Like, there's already so many days that I don't want to add more to that.
So
Hey,
yeah.
continue. I'm sorry. If there's anything to continue from there.
So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna bring the plans to my guess about why Olfast made this axe blueprint or sought out this metal in the first place is the scroll itself is pretty old, or was. So I'm assuming that it was something that he conceptualized or like made after the Minotaurs escaped from subjugation originally, because he was fleeing the gods in the first place, and I guess he assumed if they were to come after him, he would need a way to kill them.
I mean, makes sense. Umbreon/Caliban.
But I'm assuming it never got made, because I would assume that would be like
Big news. Be very
yeah,
big news.
and presumably it'd still be in my family, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, it's not. So
What is the look on everyone else's face at this table?
Confusion, but less about the story now and just the weird, like, tugging at the back of his mind, because it's like there's something there, but I don't know, and I don't think I have the ability to know, which is unfortunate. Like, if... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that might actually help. Oh. We all remember meeting the lady yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something she said had been sticking with me for a while. Basically since they left. And they mentioned it was about the memory potion that I have, and Karak pulls it out and just puts it down on the table. They mentioned that it's important to use every available resource. And you're all a part of my team. You all have helped me in so many different ways, and I still can't make a decision on if I should use this. I was wondering, since if any of you had any opinions on whether I should take this or not. I want to make sure that we all think it's the right choice. I know when I first met you all, it was, well, not the most amicable. I would hate to think that that was some remnant of who I used to be, but that is a possibility. Just...
I mean, as somebody who has personally had a lot of memories forcibly removed, I, in your position, probably would have wanted them back, because, I mean, I was like a completely different person when I didn't have them.
When you got them back, did you change enough? Were you a different person from before you had them? Like, when you got them back, were you still different?
I wasn't like that different. I don't know. I mean, some of the people that were there might be able to attest to it. Lyra was there, so you were probably around me the most when I didn't have memories of you. But it was a lot of like memory manipulation and stuff like that. I had a lot of stuff screwed up.
Mhm.
I think that everything that happens to us changes who we are. I think it's just part of it, you know?
I know Elliot has given their 2 cents about this earlier, but Lulin, any say on the matter?
Depends. Are you happy with who you are now?
I mean, I'm still figuring out who I am now.
That's,
I don't know what I lost, but it seems like
That's not the question. Are you happy who you are?
I'd say so.
Do you think whatever you are going to learn is going to change that happiness?
Don't think I have an answer for it.
So it's not like you're going to forget who you are now just because you drink that potion. You're just going to get back a part of you that you don't remember. So
True.
it's not like it's going to just take over and you're going to forget who we are, that you like us. So
Yeah, I don't think I could forget you all. This is
Yeah,
You are
I
all
would
a
never
very-
do that.
you you are all probably the most strange and interesting bunch that I have ever hunted with. I think I'll probably hold off for now, but maybe after we find out what's in the next city, when we get back, after we hit that, maybe sometime on the road, I'll take it. Just to make sure. Just to have a couple more, bit more time. As far as I'm concerned, I'm Karak, and that's what that's who and what I am, at least for now. Speaking of names, with the White Lady sanctioning our hunt, which I'm very happy about, and considering our prey at the moment, I wanted to know if you would be so bold as to let me put forth a name for our hunting group.
no, sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking something along the lines of, since we're hunting a god of hope, as far as what you all have said, that we would be the hunters of hope. I think it's fitting. We're quite literally hunting the god of that, but at the same time, we're hunting for a different hope, a better tomorrow.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Elliot?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
names
there
are
we have it.
important.
There we have it.
We've had a lot of names bestowed on the group, but not picked a lot of them ourselves. So
Well, this is the first one that you get to keep and say is truly yours.
and hopefully it'll only strike fear into one specific person.
Absolutely. Oh.
No
Well,
pun
that's-
intended, but one could
Yeah.
hope.
Oh, Croc's just gonna take his memory potion, put it back in the satchel, and be like, well, that's all I really had for this little talking session. Is anybody done with their plates? I can go ahead and start cleaning them up.
Newzid takes a second large helping of whatever is directly in front of her, honestly.
Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Do you get eggs or do you get a side of chopped tomatoes?
3.
Lulin, that loaf of bread toast was for everyone.
That's so many carbs. We're gonna immediately pass out.
I'm carbo loading, okay?
No, today's protein day.
Oh, today was
Right here.
okay, fine. Trade me for the eggs then. I can't keep track of what day's what anymore.
It's
She
on
just
the
puts eggs.
fridge.
She puts eggs on top of the toast.
I'm pretty sure today's fuck, right? Is that today? I'm pretty sure that's
Is
today.
it fucker?
It might be you. It might be that might be the day. Just looks over at the fridge.
Lulu pinches his nose again, just pours him another shot.
Oh well.
Note to self
Today is
before
today.
campaign 2, fixed days of the week system.
You don't want to keep fuck you and ferret in the lore?
I don't understand why you wouldn't want that. That seems
Yeah.
perfect to me.
No,
Fuck
I
is
meant
the
more
most
fix it so
important
I
day of
know
the
what
week.
day it is.
Got it. We're keeping fuck you and ferret, but
Mhm.
we need to actually be able to track. Oh my god. So yeah. I mean, I feel like finding this stuff to make a god-killing axe would definitely be useful in this situation.
Say so.
At the very least, it'll probably stop Roran from just like, showing up unannounced.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you all killed a god pretty efficiently, but I'd hazard to guess that Roran is on a different level than them. Just based on what they were able to do immediately to you and everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't really know what the
No.
complete difference is, but
The difference is we haven't killed one of their ranks yet, so they haven't been proven to be weak yet.
yeah.
Not to say the people I follow are weak, just at least that one was. Fire can be snuffed out a whole lot easier than other
Hope.
things.
And what do we do about the Archonophages?
That is also a good question.
Don't
still need to-
use magic.
That's gonna
Me
be
and
iffy.
Lulin will
How do
teach
we
you
get
all how
there?
to throw a punch.
Good.
I don't know if that will be super
How do you
I mean-
effective.
I do
in the
have a
woods?
couple weapons or two. I mean, I used to do some harvesting occasionally, and Croc just kind of fiddles with the scythe, the little sickle he has on his hip that he literally never pulls out ever. Like, why would I? When I could just point at an enemy and say, "Go away." Boom.
If I need to help people, it would be more effective to use magic.
Hmm. I think it'd be a good idea to investigate what's going on with the Archanophage and see if there's a way to put an end to it, because if people keep getting sick, then that's not good for anybody. Fair to cut it off at the source and all
Well,
that.
the only true cure for disease is magic.
Or unless we know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And we need to. What about the professor of yours, the potion maker?
Malum?
Yeah.
Ugh, fucking
What's he gonna know
Malum.
about it?
I mean,
Yeah, that idiot couldn't even stop himself from getting banished. And then he got stuck for 10 years.
yeah, but
Irony
theoretically,
in that statement. Anyways, what?
theoretically, there should be a natural cure for most things without just,
But alchemy is barbaric way to cure disease. Like, the
yeah.
elves stopped using it 100 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no point.
But if we
Okay,
use
so
magic,
900.
we're only spreading the disease.
I mean, I guess there is a point now.
Well, thanks, Newsom. You're
If
right.
if anything, it's the most important now.
Not gonna lie, Karak has not heard the past couple sentences, because immediately it's like, new name, Malum. immediate party opinion of it. Ugh. Followed up with, and then they got banished and stuck for 10 years, and Karak's just like, I got stuck for 1,000. Well, I gotta take offense to that last comment there. Like, damn.
Yeah, but we like you. We don't like him. It's okay if you do it.
It's okay if you get stuck for a couple thousand for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, Karak, if anybody, once everybody, I'm just gonna put this out there, as people finish with their meals and are done with their plates, Karak's gonna take them to go get them cleaned, because I didn't get to help with the breakfast. I'm at least gonna help with cleanup.
Thank you, Karak. Other than Malum, would anybody know about other alchemists?
No, he's the best.
Because other than basic remedial things, like antidotes and, burn salves and such, Minotaur's never really got
Yeah.
professional or like
I mean,
maybe
we have
expert. We never really had an expertise in
everybody's got
alchemy.
scars for a reason.
Yeah.
Ours were a sign you survived a hunt.
Yeah. They're also a sign that we don't have a lot of outside of remedial healing options.
True.
Unfortunately, I do think Malum was sort of the leader in his field.
Well, let's hope he's not dead.
I mean, I could reach out, I guess.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know that he'd respond. We are soul buddies, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's your echo. Ugh.
I still can't.
Yeah,
believe
well,
that. That's wild.
I'm
Evil Water Lady's your echo, so
I mean, at least she kicks ass. Sorry, Lyra.
I'm still confused about that whole echo thing. Like that. It's just strange thinking that there's someone out there who is, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't have the words to describe it. It just feels weird.
I bet your soul echo would be like a little chaos gremlin or something,
Does
Like
Nam
a-
already have a soul echo? I would.
Yeah.
I think he was
Yeah,
like
his was a
bird,
lizard.
maybe?
Okay,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Love Nam, but I don't know how my brain would react to thinking that I've actively interacted with and my own soul echo pulled me out of the stone. I'm not sure how that. I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around that.
I guess that would mean if that was true, it was like you kind of saved yourself, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean that would be very poetic. But
To be
apparently it was a
fair-
lizard person, so it's not me.
To be fair, I didn't meet mine, but I saw mine.
Yeah. In a
It
test tube.
just seems weird. Like just an echo of your soul just going around. I don't know. Maybe
mine
maybe
was
it's just
dead. Mine was dead.
well, that
But,
is
like,
concerning.
The body was contained.
Ah, well, who knows? Maybe I'll find out who they are one day. Maybe what was it called? The you called it like the
Echo
place
Garden.
of the
Mhm.
Garden of Echoes or something like that.
Yeah, it's back
It
in
was the
Bristol.
Echo Garden. I said that.
Yes.
Garden of Echoes? What?
I'll
It's a
be real.
terrible
I
name.
only heard garden.
Oh,
I do apologize.
well,
This is more
yeah.
poetic, okay?
Look,
To be fair, Elliot's is more efficient.
and also correct.
Exactly.
Not that we're like measuring correctness.
Anyway.
It's only correct until somebody makes a more popular name.
Anybody's
You ever heard
going
of
to
the
do
bean?
that. If anybody's going to do that, it's going to be your 20 charisma warlock.
You know, true. If I say it enough times, then I might be able to convince people that that's the new name.